good, YouTube? It's your girl, Both in One, bringing you guys another YouTube video. And today, let's talk about the moratorium eviction that recently just expired August 1st, which was this past Sunday. So pretty much for those of you who don't know, the president, Congress, etc., put in place that, and it started like last year, pretty much anybody that is like a tenant or you have a mortgage, etc., you would not be evicted from your house due to the pandemic, pretty much due to people losing their jobs. The coronavirus taking over. A lot of people had pretty much got laid off, got fired from their jobs, had no sense of income. I mean, a lot of households had both parents or both head of the households lose their jobs. So it was in a sense like, hey, you lost your job or whatever the case is. You might have gotten sick from COVID, but you will have a roof over your head, meaning that you will not get kicked by law or the bill, whatever that was passed. A landlord was not able to kick out their tenants. And then if you had a mortgage, the bank was not technically able to take back the house from you. Now, obviously, you do have people that actually really needed this. You have a lot of folks that were in really hard times and they really needed that extra boost or that ability to say, hey, I lost my job maybe for 6 months and I don't have to pay my landlord rent, but I found a job and now I'm back on my feet. So it did come in handy for a lot of people like that. But then you also had the folks that were working. They were able to pay, their monthly rent, mortgage, whatever the case is. But they were like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to pretty much gyp the system and save my money and save $1,000 or however much your rent is a month. So there was a lot of issues with like landlords in banks, which I totally understand, because there's always that bad apple. You always have people that, do the right thing, and then you always get the people that make life so much harder. So recently, the Biden administration issued a new eviction moratorium after a federal ban lapsed. So pretty much they issued another eviction moratorium that goes now through October, pretty much stating that, hey, you cannot evict your tenants, you cannot evict people that live in a home, because right now, due to what we're seeing right now, as most of you know, COVID cases are going up. Like for me in the state of Illinois, it's like past 7%, which is higher, I believe, than when it was last summer, obviously due to, people having events, stuff is opening back up. CDC told people, hey, you don't need to wear your mask anymore, which they probably shouldn't have told people that. And so COVID cases are going up. So pretty much the moratorium, well, this one is pretty much stating that, if people get kicked out, COVID cases are just going to go up higher, because you're going to have people that are going to be in areas where it's going to be more people on the street, meaning that people are not going to be able to be in close proximity, meaning that the virus will be able to spread more freely, which is what we don't want to happen. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky says, in quotes, "We are right now with such a high disease rates. We felt a new tailored order was needed to make sure that working Americans who were at risk of eviction could be stably housed during this really tedious, challenging period of time," close quotes. And so, like I said before, I understand it, especially for those that they are really going through a hard time. However, you always have the individuals that take advantage of. And then I guess at the same time, it just kind of makes you wonder, like, okay, for these people that have had this for over a year and a half, whatever the case is, what has their planning been like? And I mean by planning is like, what is their plan to try to get another job if they haven't already? Because you got people out there that are literally abusing the system, and they're making their landlords' lives a living hell pretty much, because now they're falling behind on the mortgage. And it just, I don't know. It's like, it feels like we're just going to constantly keep being in this vicious cycle. Like, we get better, then we get worse, then we get better, then we get worse, because we jump too quick. We jump way too quick. Like, for example, a lot of these festivals and stuff that are going on probably shouldn't have happened this year. Them telling people to not wear their mask shouldn't have happened. Like, a lot of stuff, we jumped way too quick before we even got to herd immunity. And it sounds like in a lot of states, we may not be going back to a shutdown like we did in 2020, like the beginning of 2020. But we're going to go into somewhat of a shutdown again, just because the virus is steadily spreading. But like I said, that's just my opinion. Obviously, I think it's the right thing to do, just because the economy is still not where it needs to be. And if you have people out on the street, what do you think people are going to do? They're going to start robbing people for money. Like, I mean, they're already doing that now, but I'm saying it's just going to raise it more. So I don't know. This country is just jacked up right now. There's so much stuff that's going on that's just like, what are we doing here, people? Like literally, what are we doing? And it's just, I don't know. We're just in such a catch-22. I feel like however way you want to flip it or look at it. And a lot of it is like due to the corrupt system that we've had going on for quite some time. It's just now all catching up to us since we have this pandemic. But, hey, that's neither here nor there. Let me know you guys' thoughts about this down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll chat with you later. Peace, Fin Army.